Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we will be doing a acrylic fill on one of my regular clients. So to start with, I've already sanitized both of our hands, and then I'm going to go in with my Kira Sky 5-in-1 coarse drill bit and remove all of the old polish and any lifting that she might have. I'm using my drill at about 25,000 RPMs. This is what I usually use to remove product. I do suggest though, if you're not familiar or comfortable using your drill at this speed, to go ahead and turn it down a bit. I'm also taking my drill bit and I will run it along the bottom of the nail to remove some of the length.
That almost.
Yeah, taking it off.
New one?
Yep, and then we're gonna put on a new one.
Okay.
You wanna watch us do it? Okay.
Let's see that nail?
Yep, on that nail. On all of them.
That one is done. Mom, you did that nail on.
Oh yeah. This nail does have a little bit of lifting right towards the free edge, so I will be going in and making sure I remove all of that before we move on to apply any product over it. When you're using your drill bit to remove length, you want to make sure that you're being very gentle and moving in a smooth motion, because it's easy for you to, the drill will like kick back on you, and it's very uncomfortable for your client if you move it in the wrong direction. And also, this part of the video is in real time, so it's not sped up at all, so you're seeing exactly how quickly or slowly I'm working to remove the product.
See me.
And a lot of the video, the thumbs end up not being in frame, so I just cut those out when they're not. On this hand, I have sped up the video. I'm pretty sure you can tell the difference, but I just wanted to speed through the rest of the removal process. Now that we've removed all of the old polish, I'm going to go in with a cuticle pusher and push back her cuticles. A lot of this prep I have sped up just so you're able to see it, but it doesn't take too long. I wanted to have a little bit of a shorter video this time. Now I'm using my fine sanding band to go around and remove the shine from the natural nail, to blend in the old product to the natural nail, and to remove any leftover lifting that may be on the nails still. I'm using the sanding band on about 5,000 RPMs. Most of my natural nail prep is done between 4,000 and 5,000. Now I'm going in with my skiver bit from Outwood Industries on the same speed, around 5,000 RPM. This is in the forward motion, and then I will be working from right to left on the nails. Once I've finished all 10, I will flip my drill into reverse, and then I will work from left to right. I use a big fluffy brush first to get off most of the dust around the hands and nails, and then I'll go in with a dry manicure brush to really get in there and get everything out of the cuticle area. To dehydrate the nail plate, I will be going in with Gelish pH Bond, and you want to just make sure you are applying this to anywhere that the natural nail is showing. And then next I'm going in with Young Nails Protein Bond. And this one you want to be a little bit more precise with your application. You don't want to flood the cuticle area with it, but I'll be doing 2 coats of this. Now it's time for probably my favorite part of the video, the fill process. So I left this in real speed, real time, so you can see exactly how quickly I'm working, how slowly I'm working, and how gently I'm moving the product around. You do not need to be aggressive with your acrylic application. So when I'm doing a fill, I always start with the fill area, so that back area near the cuticle, to fill in the grow out. And then I will go in if I need any extra product toward the free edge or the sidewalls or anything like that. I'll go ahead and fill all of that in as well. You want to be very careful not to get any product on the skin. So I pick up my bead, I place it, and you can see how far away I'm placing it from the cuticle. I give it a few seconds, and then I'm just gently pushing it back towards the cuticle and then swiping it down the nail. I have the finger tilted down a little bit so that gravity is helping us. Make sure you're checking the nail from all angles to make sure everything is filled in well and you're not missing any spots. I think it's much better to apply a little bit extra product than to forget and then you have to go back and apply more, or you leave the nail not structurally sound. I hope you guys find this as satisfying as I do, because I'm wholeheartedly enjoying watching my own video. I only clean up around the cuticle area when I feel like the product is too close. I don't like to just do it all the time because I feel like you're getting unnecessary monomer on the client's skin. And also, I find it kind of hard to get super close to the cuticle when you're swiping it. Like, I feel like when I go around that area, I usually push the product too far back. So I just try to apply it as seamlessly as possible so that I don't have to do that. Now, nothing is perfect and there are times that I do, but that's just, I'm trying not to have to. And I am using Young Nails Speed Clear, and then I'm using Mia's Secret monomer. I've used Valentino monomer, Young Nails, and Mia's Secret. Those are the three that I've tried. The Valentino monomer had a very strong smell, so I didn't love that. I do like the Young Nails monomer, and I may be buying more of that soon. I haven't decided yet, but I ran out of it, and I had some Mia's Secret left. So here's a good example of it getting on the skin and wiping it away. See, it does happen, but it's something that I try to avoid. I will say though, I absolutely love the Young Nails Speed Clear. It's my favorite clear that I've used, and I use it in pretty much every acrylic set that I do. You want to make sure that you're wiping your brush off constantly. Keep it saturated in your monomer. And when you're doing a fill, you don't need a ton of product. So make sure you're not picking up too much product. That will help you from flooding the cuticle area as well. I feel like this really just comes with practice. You can watch, I think watching videos and hearing people talk about how they apply and everything is very important and it's super helpful. But the absolute most important is just practice. Practice, practice, practice. It's the only way you're going to get better at your application. And I also think that practicing on real fingers is so much more important than a practice hand. If you're like a brand new beginner, then of course use a practice hand. I still use a practice hand for designs or whatever the case may be that I want to do. But really working on a client is such a different experience than a fake hand. I forgot to mention the brush I'm using is from Atwood Industries and it's a size 10. But from my experience, I actually think it's probably closer to a size 12. I feel like a lot of 10s that I've seen are a bit smaller than this one. But this is my hands down favorite brush that I have used. And I've had this one for probably at least a year and it's going strong. I do want to order a backup, but there's nothing wrong with this one. It has held up extremely well. Okay, so now it's time to do our filing. So I'm going to start with my Light Elegance Perfect File. It's a 100-180 grit file. I'm going to take the 100 side and go in the sidewalls and the free edge. Get that all shaped up. I always like to start with the sidewalls. That way I can use the file and kind of push the skin back and make sure that there's nothing that has went over onto the skin. Sometimes it happens, especially if you're working in a colder climate and the product isn't setting as quickly. But I want to make sure that's all pushed back. It'll help you avoid cutting your client. And then I'm going to go in with the same fine sanding band that I was using before. Typically on acrylic, I would use something a bit more aggressive than a sanding band for filing. But her nails honestly didn't need a lot of help. The application was very smooth and I didn't need to remove a whole lot of product to even these out. So I decided just to go in with a sanding band. I always start with the cuticle area. I go around all of that and then I will file over the surface of the nail. And if there's anything that I felt like wasn't as smooth, I'm just gonna go in and perfect it with my hand file. And once I'm happy with all of that, I will use the diamond cross cut bit from Atwood Industries. And I'm using this to seal the cuticle area. So you're gonna use this to go right around that cuticle area and you're placing it between the skin and the product and making sure that you have a small little gap where it's natural nail. That way you know that there is no product on the skin, and this has got to be the number one tip that I've got for lifting. Once I started doing this, my lifting has went down tremendously. I pretty much have no lifting in the cuticle area now. I'll occasionally get some on the sidewalls, and if my client had came to me from somebody else and they had old product on, sometimes that will start to lift, and that's what you've seen in this case. That lifting that was toward the bottom of her nail was old product from another shop. But seal your cuticle area, guys. Okay, it's time for polish, and we are going in with D&D Sugar Spun, and I'm just using this as a base coat. I'm going to be going over it with another glitter gel, but I just wanted to make sure I had something a little more solid underneath it. And on the other nails, we're using Light Elegance White Swimsuit, and I'll be doing 2 coats of this on all of the nails that have the white. Now I'm going to go over that blue with Light Elegance Nautica. This is a glitter gel. It's very pretty, but I definitely wanted a base layer under this. That way I didn't have to build it up too much to get that opacity. Next, I'm going in with any matte top coat you want. I tend to use one that I don't love. That way I'm not wasting my favorite matte top coat, because this is just prepping these nails for stamping. And actually, after I use this, I don't know if I would use it in this way again, because normally when you put a shiny top coat over a matte top coat, it completely cancels that matte top coat out. But I felt like a little bit of it, like the glitter didn't come back to life as well as it normally would. So we're just using the white stamping polish from Clear Jelly Stamper. I have the Maniology stamping plate, and I'm using my Big Bling stamper from Clear Jelly as well. And I'm just applying the polish, swiping it off, picking it up on my stamper, lining it up on the nail, and placing it down. I absolutely love doing stamping on nails. It's such a quick and easy way to add so much fun and flair to the nails. Once I'm done with all of my stamping, I'm going in with my Valentino top coat. I will top coat all of the nails and have my client cure them. And then once this is done, I'm going in with my hand file to refine the shape. And then we will be applying cuticle oil, and that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions for new videos, please leave them down below. If not, like, comment, subscribe, all of that fun stuff, and I will see you in the next one.